What's happening, man? So I'm out and about, and I just thought I'd drop another video for you rappers out there. Should you as a rapper have a manager? Are managers any use to you in the game? In my opinion, and just before I continue, I know there's some music going on in the background, so I hope that doesn't impact the quality of this video. I hope that you're able to hear my message and hear what I'm saying. So, as a rapper, should you have a manager? Well, I'm leaning on the answer of yes. I'm leaning on the answer of yes because now if you're making music just as a hobby, and I seem to be saying this a lot actually, if you're just making music as a hobby, then you don't need no manager. You make the song, you release it, that's all good. You're just doing it as a hobby for the love of it. If you're doing it for a career, or you're hoping to make a career out of the music business, you need a manager, because if you're new in the game, you've got no experience, and I can talk about being new in the game with no experience. A lot of you are going to be young. When I first started making music, I was young, I was dumb, I didn't know nothing about nothing with this industry, and I was making all sorts of mistakes and errors that would take a lot of coming back from. If you have a manager, you can eliminate that. When you're young, you think you know everything, so you think, and especially a lot of creatives out there, sometimes a weakness, creators have so many strengths, one of the weaknesses, sometimes you get lost in the moment. Sometimes you need that second opinion to tell you, that idea was amazing, but that second one was maybe not as amazing, because the fine line between two extremes, the difference between two extremes can be small. So sometimes, peering under the precipice of genius can be very close to leading onto the side of absolute insanity or just something that's terrible. The line can be very thin sometimes. So a manager can help you avoid making mistakes and errors in the game. A manager knows the financial side of the game. The manager will stop you getting ripped off. There's a lot of snake oil salesmen in the music game. There's a lot of scam artists in the music game. And especially when you're young and impressionable, you are a target. Get some water out here. Some water. Sometimes when I make these videos, I need the water. Sometimes, when you're young, you are a target, whether you think you are or not. You are a target to these scam artists, and sometimes these scam artists are the ones that you look up to, including some of these big music artists out here. A manager knows the game. A manager knows the financial side of the game. The manager knows what to look out for in terms of rip-offs. The manager may have got experience managing other artists, so they will tell you if they spot something you shouldn't be doing. A manager will possibly have connections and be able to allow you to avoid having to jump through certain hoops to get to certain places. They might be able to get you, you think about the Snakes and Ladders board, they might be able to get you starting on the third level, not the first level, not the ground level. So a manager can open many doors for you and can, steer you away from many trapdoors. So I absolutely advise anyone who is trying to take this seriously to have a manager. Manager, I'm going to give some more specific examples, because I know I've kind of been, hovering over some points. So a manager in the game, say you want to make a song with a rapper to increase your profile, a manager may have the connections to make that happen and make it happen at a discounted price. A manager may know people who run events, so they may be able to get you that slot on that show, which opens the door for new exposure. The manager may open the door for you to work with certain producers, sound engineers, a manager that may have connections to certain studios. A manager may be able to spot certain mistakes that you're making on a song. So sometimes, as I say, creatives, I've done it, many people have done it, you make a song, you get lost in the moment, you think it's brilliant, but actually it's terrible. And if you actually just waited a week, put that song to the side and played it again a week later when your mind is clear, you would notice the mistakes. Manager isn't necessarily going to have those issues. You may make that song, send to the manager on the day, and they may say no, don't release that because it's going to generate a bad reaction. Manager will have experience managing social media, so I definitely lean on the side of you needing a manager. Main thing being, the manager will, hopefully the idea is to stop you making certain mistakes, and the manager will open doors for you. So I definitely recommend, if you're gonna make a go at this in the music business, get yourself a manager. Obviously a manager is going to come with cost. No one works for free in this world, so a manager is going to cost you, but in my opinion the costs will outweigh the benefits. And especially if you're a new artist, the mistake that I made when I was making music in the beginning is I made a lot of mistakes. The mistake is I made a lot of mistakes, but the thing is, one of the things that I did is I would just put things out there. That was a mistake I made. I used to just put things out there without thinking, and once it's out, it's out. You can't take that back. You can delete it, people are going to remember. So once people have an impression of you and an opinion of you, that's it. You can improve. You can make a song that's better than Jay-Z's song, but once people think you're terrible, you're going to have a hard time shaking that image off. So let that be known. And you want to avoid that. You want to avoid that. So if you're new in the game and you got a manager says, send me that song before you release it. You send the song and they say no. You make another song, they say release it. They can avoid certain mistakes. So yeah, make sure I recommend you get a manager. I also manage artists, so if you want to get managed by an experienced veteran in the game, let me know. The email for that is in the description. If you value what I've said in this video and you want to help support the channel, then send a donation. The PayPal for that is in the description. And make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video, and I'll see you on the next video.